Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are still at the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita, and we are looking at Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sanyaasa Yogo Nama Ashtamodhyaya Ashtadashodhyaya. So that part, that refrain which goes after every chapter, that's what we are doing, and we are seeing what is the greatness of the Gita, what is the greatness of the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, what should be our approach towards teaching, what should be our approach towards knowledge, what should be our approach towards Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita means knowledge. Bhagavad Gita means scriptures. Bhagavad Gita means that which reminds you of your own essential nature. So what should be our approach? What should be our attitude? See, that is important. If that is not corrected, gone. And remember one thing. We will pursue only that in life about which we have established greatness in our mind. See? If I have the greatness of Lord Shiva in my mind, I'll chant Om Namah Shivaya. If I feel affinity and love, surrender, a deep connection with Narayana or Krishna, then I'll chant Narayana mantra and remember him in some way or the other. Similarly, I look at someone and I feel that this is my life partner, then I pursue her. Not that I have pursued God, okay? Then I'll pursue her because I have given importance to that girl. Similarly, until and unless we have not established the importance of Bhagavad Gita in our mind, we will not imbibe what is given in Bhagavad Gita in our life. It's simple rule. It's not about Bhagavad Gita. Anything in life, whatever, if you give it a status of greatness, then you will do everything that is required to pursue it. If you don't give it a status of greatness, then you will not do it. And why should we pursue? Sometimes when many years ago, I knew Bhagavad Gita was great, but I didn't know what it contained and I could not understand. I could not read the Sanskrit. I used to open one page and I used to go to sleep. Fastest way to go to sleep. And then God was preparing me for something else. Only to hear it from the teacher, not by myself. I would have misunderstood it. So it was a blessing. See? So what each word means. So when I had given importance to the Bhagavad Gita, to the scripture, then I will be curious what it is saying. I'll be curious what do the words mean, what do the sentences mean, what do the shlokas mean. Then I'll be curious. If I'm not, then I will explore. Same thing you do with your girlfriend, same thing you do with your education, same thing you do with the various countries that you go to visit. We explored Bali just now, isn't it? Because in our mind, it is a great place. Why? Swamiji said so. They all went first time, few of them. Similarly, why do we pursue Bhagavad Gita? Saints and sages said so. Isn't it? Saints and sages said so. So when sometimes I say, okay, when we finish this text, we'll start something. Normally, sometimes someone says we'll do this, but otherwise you say, whatever you decide, Swamiji, isn't it? So that is good. But if something is coming deeply from inside, say it. See? So very, very important that we must feel in our heart and mind the greatness towards Bhagavad Gita in order to imbibe what is given in the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is telling you, showing you how to live your life righteously. And how do you live your life righteously? Not by getting involved in life. Then how? Did you understand what I said just now? Not by getting involved in life.
Yeah, do everything as God's deed. So not.
So if you say, but you see, you're self-contradicting. You do everything.
No, as I said, with no doership.
But if you, how can you do?
Yeah, as I said,
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah,
There's someone there. It's open, man. No, maybe it's the light which is reflecting. Light, na? So we have to not get involved in life. Then what should be our disposition? We have to watch what is taking place in life and remain a witness to everything that is without your will is taking place. That is the trick of living life. Then you are at the right place at the right time with the right people in the right circumstances with the right contact. Everything will happen the way it is written for this particular equipment. It is happening anyway. But you unnecessarily come and corrupt the flow and complicate things because of your desires. What you should be doing, what is Bhagavad Gita showing? Remain a witness. Witness of whatever is taking place. Whatever thoughts, whatever convictions, whatever memories, whatever actions, everything. Remain as you fine-tune this, as you keep fine-tuning it. And how do you become fine-tuned with regards to witness? Not by thinking about the world. If you think about the world, you will become the doer. Or you will be the enjoyer. Then how do you become the witness? By continuously being attentive towards the conscious principle. That's the way. That's the only way. Or the other method was, which is take the name of the Lord from gross to subtle to causal and then to transcendental. That will also take you to samadhi or to witnessing consciousness. So these are the two ways. But the name of the game is remain samatvam yoga uchyate. What is yoga? What is the union of the individual with the divine? The pathway is, it's not told do pranayam, do this, do that, do that. No. The straightforward method is remain an observer, remain a witness. And who is a witness? Who does not get affected by what is taking place. Who does not get influenced by what is taking place. Understand? Sukha dukkha samay krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yuddhasva na shochati na kankshati. in joys, sorrows, victory, defeat, praise, insult, hunger, thirst, heat, cold, remain equanimous. And what else? Don't regret and don't expect. Regret is about the past and expectation is about the future. Accept everything as His divine will. That's it. Keep watching. Okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? This is how Mahatmas live. This is how Mahatmas live. We only live complaining. Today, someone called from New Zealand. Swamiji, you are coming and staying with us. I'm so happy. Alright, very good. I'm also happy we are coming and staying with you, some other family. So, immediately after that, my daughter is like this, I'm worried about her, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about my job, it is a very toxic culture, this, that. She was started being happy, but by the time in 15-20 minutes it was going downhill. I said, the moment she was into that, she didn't allow me to speak, continuously talking. What do you do? So then I screamed, stop, Amma. I said, what happened? I said, I'm running late for my class. I have to take shower. Band kar diya. Who has time for all this? Same thing. He called me, you're happy, leave it at happiness. Why you want to download or everything else? Anyway, that is also part of the job, I think. 1695. So what we saw last week that just as an affluent and generous donor does not send anyone with an empty hand, this Geeta gives nothing short of liberation to one who hears it or recites it or grasps its meaning. 3 ways. So every day chant one chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He is learning Sanskrit to chant Bhagavad Gita, to chant shlokas. We started chapter 1. I don't know you completed it or not.
I'm trying 5th chapter.
By himself. So, eventually, but now he is already able to recognize all the alphabets. Now you don't need English. Now you can recognize Sanskrit alphabets. So that's, see, without any background and he is already there. It's a question of practice. If I spend another 2-3 months with him, you will just look and you will start chanting. But we need that time. See? So first is keep chanting. The other is who hears it. So what are you doing? Hearing it. Sometimes when we take the verse, you repeat after, I make you repeat, so you are chanting also. The fact that it has come on your lips itself is a great thing. The Lord's name or the words of the scriptures, when it comes on our tongue, it is by His grace. We have been sleeping unaware of His presence for all our life. And here He is, for whatever reason. If I am chanting and I say that you also chant, you should try. As whichever way, slowly the tongue will open up. So first was chanting, second was hearing. What is worthy to hear? Only the Lord's name. What is worthy to hear? Bhagavad Gita, because it's teaching you what is liberation. Many people want liberation. What is liberation? Love, unconditional. That maro hai. Soulmate love, one hand in hand and then sitting in meditation. What we are realizing? We are in meditation. We are in samadhi. Oh, jokers. This is not spirituality. Spirituality is by the one, in the one, for the one, to the one. No place for second. No place for second. See? Truth is not just love. Truth is Satchidananda. It is continuous existence. All knowing continuous existence. And they want to feel love. I'm feeling my heart is expanding. And then what is happening? Someone came and put one needle in it. Then what happens? Is that what consciousness is? Is that what truth is? Truth is Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. We chant at the end of the every class. You know what does it mean?
No.
I know you don't know. That's why I'm saying. It means the truth is full. Out of that complete one, as if something was created. When something was created, what was remaining behind should be less, isn't it? If I take this cup, if I take out the water, there will be some water there and some water outside. But this truth is such that out of which something is created, what remains behind is also complete and what comes out is also complete. Wow. Understood? What you understood? You cannot understand this. It is not a concept that I just told. That is the truth. That is you. That is your nature. Out of you, what came out? What came out of you? Waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi. What remains behind? After the waking world, dream world, deep sleep world, samadhi has happened or is happening. So, what is that source?
Consciousness.
That is the self. Is it incomplete or complete? It is still complete. When the wave has come out of the waters, has the water become less? Has the wave become independent of the water? So Purnamada, that the water is complete, and that water alone, and what has come out of water? We say wave has come out, or drops have come out, or foam has come out. It is also nothing but water. So water playing with water, that is our life. Self playing with self. Because we cannot understand, we say Bhagavad Leela is the Lord who is sporting with himself. See the whole world, see the entire creation as his play. Or your play. Play of the self, not your play as an individual, but play of the self. And the third one is, and one who grasps it, meaning. So sometimes we say, yeah, I understood, but what did you understand? Nothing. Purnamada Purnamadam is not something to be understood. Yes, at a very superficial level you understand. This is full, and if you take something out of that full, what is remaining behind is full, and what has come out is also full. Understood? Understood. But there is nothing in this creation that can be equated with this. There is no example available for this. Because I took the example of water and wave, but there are many doubts you can bring into that if you want to argue. Therefore, a wise person should only take recourse to the Geeta. What will he gain by resorting to other religious texts? So, we should hold on to one. If it is giving us the satisfaction, if it is giving us the clarity, if it is making our mind focused on that infinite self that our essential nature is, any text. Some people love Bhagavad Gita. Some people love this Upanishad or that Upanishad. Some people love the Brahma Sutras because it resonates with them. Some thought within Bhagavad Gita, sometimes some verse will catch your imagination more than anything else. Because there are 700 verses. You can't remember every one of them. Something, it resonates and it naturally keeps coming on your tongue. So, and when something is reminding you again and again about that infinite nature of your essential self, why do you want to dilute it by distracting yourself by reading everything on this planet? Everything on YouTube we want to listen. Every book we want to go to Theosophical Society. We want to buy every book and we want to read every book. Huh? Why do we want to corrupt our mind with that? If something is working, hold on to it, that's it. Our problem is we love distraction.
I'm a culprit for that.
We are all.
Yeah.
We
Read.
are- Yeah. But it's when you take it positively, that means you are hungry. It's a good thing. That hunger needs focus now. That hunger, that thirst to know needs focus. From many words, you need to go to one word. Remember what I told you? So from many scriptures, come to one scripture. In this also, my God, so many words, so many verses, come to one verse. That also is too many words. Come to Om or whatever name you decide for yourself. From many to one. But if you, oh, this is so fantastic. Oh, that is so fantastic. I never heard this. You will never stop learning. We will not never stop learning. There's so much in this creation to know. So much. That you can take birth after birth after birth after birth, and you have been taking birth after birth. That's why you are in this class. You see? It's not coincidence. Somewhere our seeking remained. Two ways you can look at it. Either our seeking was incomplete, therefore, wherever we stopped, whatever other unwanted desires which had distracted us, they took us the wrong way, but deep intrinsically you wanted to know and you find yourself. Otherwise, why at this age you are coming to this class? You could have come earlier also, isn't it? See? And the second way is that what is happening is, and that is true, it is happening by his will. He is playing the game with himself. Chalo, little bit of intellect, little bit of desire put into his head. Then after some time, something out of the blue catches your imagination. I want to know. Why? I don't know where that thought came from. But I want to know the truth. Why? Who told you? No, nobody. I just know. I want to know. It catches every one of us somewhere out of the blue. It comes and catches us. And when that comes from inside, then again the seeking begins. This game will continue. If you don't want to take birth again, yesterday's class, if you don't want to take birth again, finish it off this time, man. Simple rule, from many to one. From many scriptures to one scripture, from one scripture to one syllable, Om, and take that, chant that Om with such fervor that it destroys your mind. It dissolves your mind. And this is possible in this lifetime. It is possible. We have to make the commitment. It will not happen without commitment. I will see, just like by his will the thought came that I want to know the truth. By his will the sadhana, the seeking will also begin. By his will the Om will also begin. You keep waiting, and before you know, suddenly you are into the next life. Because you don't know when death is coming. Catch it now. Don't wait. She didn't wait. She's getting married. Catch it now, because what guarantee is there I will reach home starting from here after the class? What guarantee is there that while talking, next moment may be my last moment? Who knows? There's no guarantee. But I have a belief in my mind that I will go home, I will get up tomorrow morning, I will retire, and then I will start my seeking. That I will study this also. There's so much to, I am so blessed that I have interest in all these different fields. But that one thing that is required when we pursue the fields outside, which means the knowledge is outside. It has not clicked, I am of the nature of knowledge. The self is of the nature of knowledge. Consciousness means knowledge. You are conscious being. You are of the nature of knowledge. And what are we doing? Seeking knowledge. Same verses of Bhagavad Gita from action point of view, karma point of view. Whole Bhagavad Gita by Bal Gangadhar Tilak is written. Same Bhagavad Gita, if you go to ISKCON, from devotion point of view is written. Same Bhagavad Gita by Ramanujacharya from Vishishta Advaita point of view is written. Same Bhagavad Gita from Raja Yoga point of view is written. Same Bhagavad Gita from Hatha Yoga point of view is written. Same Bhagavad Gita by Paramhams Yogananda. You know that, what was that book? Kaun si book hai wo? Autobiography of a Yogi. You heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, read it. You will. So, no, don't read it. Chant Om. So, autobiography. He also wrote commentary on Bhagavad Gita from the Raja Yoga point of view. So, because there are so many commentaries, so I have to read every one of them, is it? And then get thoroughly confused. I don't know which one to follow now. I start with Hatha Yoga and suddenly it goes into Bhakti Yoga and suddenly it goes into the path of knowledge, and there's a big mixed salad inside my mind, and suddenly too many words, too many sentences, too many ideas, too many paths. You lost the plot. You lost the plot. As long as you are seeking the self outside, you will lose the path. If the outside is reminding you, even while we are studying Bhagavad Gita, if our attention is on the conscious principle, and if that has happened while listening, and for the rest of the class you don't listen to anything, you got what was supposed to be got. You don't need the rest of it. See? Continuing. म्हणवनी जाणतया सवा गीताची एकी सेवा काय कराल आघवा शास्त्री येरी आणि कृष्णार्जुनी मोकळी गोठी चावळीली जे निराळी ते श्री व्यासे केली करतळी घेवो ये ऐसी बाळका ते बोरसे माय जय जेवऊ बैसे तय तया ठाकती तैसे घास करी का अफाटा समीरणा आपैते पण शहाणा केले जैसे विंजना निर्मुनिया तैसे शब्दे जे न लभे ते घडूनिया अनुष्टुभे स्त्री शूद्रादी प्रतिभे सामाविळे. He says, Sage Vyasa made it easy for others to grasp the meaning of the private conversation which took place between Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Now imagine not imagine, bring to your mind the scene where Bhagavad Gita is going on. Two armies, 11 million people on one side and 7 million on one side. They are standing on the battlefield, and in the middle, Krishna and Arjuna are sitting on the chariot, and Arjuna is totally down and under like we are, and country-wise. He is down and having a crisis, and Krishna is standing in front of him, in front of sitting Arjuna, and giving him the discourse on Bhagavad Gita. You think there is time for 3 hours to give lecture on Bhagavad Gita in the middle of the battlefield? You think? What we must have said, we don't know. How do we know there is Bhagavad Gita? Because it comes in Mahabharata. It's a historical text because these things happened. Who wrote Mahabharata? Maharishi Vyasa. Vyasa was there at that time. He is there today also. He does not die. There are quite a few Chiranjeevis. Chiranjeevis means those who do not die like we normally die. They are, till the cycle of till the creation is going on, they are eternal. When the creator sleeps, then they become unmanifest. So Sage Vyasa is one of them. And who is Vyasa? Sage, so you understand, saint you understand. What does it mean? The one who knows the self. Who is a seer of the truth. Sage. And what does Vyasa mean? Vyasa means the one who expands. This seat is called Vyasapeeth. So here I am sitting, I am taking these words and I am adding value to those words, putting it in such, I am expanding. I am taking just 2 words I have taken, Sage, Vyasa, Veda Vyasa. 3 words, Sage, Veda Vyasa. So these 3 words I am talking so much. Sage, I told you, Veda are the scriptures and Vyasa is the one who expands. See? Now, if you have a book and you read Sage Vyasa, you will take him only as a person because you don't know anything better. Then how did I come to? I also did not know anything better. Only when I went to the monastery and studied, there I came to know the true meaning of Sage Vyasa. That Vyasa means expansion. See? So, whatever he has seen, whatever he has heard, whatever he has, because he had the power to see into past, present, future, and he could see things far away, like you can see things far away on TV. These are abilities in Kali Yuga, everything getting crossified. You can hear on the phone from America, you can hear a person talking. In olden times, people didn't need a phone. These are siddhis. You can hear. All the person has to do is put his single pointed mind, just the name or the person or the relation is required, and the mind goes there, because mind is infinite in nature. It can access any place in this creation. And they have developed that ability how? Through their practices, through their austerity, through their single pointedness. And if we say that they are self-realized masters, self-realization means all-knowing continuous existence. Sat, Chit. Chit means consciousness. Consciousness means all-knowingness. And that all-knowingness of your continuous existence cannot happen by fluke. You have worked towards it. You have accepted that you are of that nature. You have done the toil of tapasya. Tapasya is austerity. Tapasya is continuous. Every time the mind wants to distract you, you pull it back. remain attentive of the self. Oh, I can't see, I want to read and come to know. No, keep cut. Back. It will keep, it will keep running away. Just like if a bird catcher doesn't want the bird to run away, what does he do? He ties a string to the pole and to her leg and leaves a long 5-10 meters, not 5-10, maybe 5 meters long. The bird flies, but it cannot fly away too far because it's tethered to the pole. So when your mind, through your mantra, Om, or anything else, is tethered to the self, the mind will not be hijacked by the world. Eyes are open, they will see. Let's go there. Pull back. Om, come back. The tongue says, pizza. But the mind says, back. Let's go back to our den. Enough of pizza. See? So sage Vyasa, he was the seer of that event which was taking place on the battlefield. It must have taken place in few moments or few minutes, whatever. But for the benefit of the population or the seekers that were going to come in the future, it's a factual event. It happened. If you have put this, all the times that are given about the war, that the sun was here, the eclipse was there, all that they have put into the computer, they have found the date. It's about 5,700 years ago, 5,765 something. But again, there is dispute. Someone says 50 years here, someone says 50 years there. Who cares, man? We want the knowledge. So it happened. Now they are finding all the artifacts in Delhi, in the Purana Killa, in Meerut. All from this time, they are finding all the artifacts. See, just like Krishna's city, Dwarka, which was also at the same time, 5,700 years ago. And or maybe, yes, something around, approximately. So today, if you go off the coast of Gujarat and you do scuba diving, and now they have started submarines, those mini submarines, you can go in the submarine from the coast and you can see the entire city under the water. It's submerged because a huge event took place and lot of lands sunk. Entire city, huge buildings, pillars, mansions, everything is under the water. Our Prime Minister Modi, he went down, did the puja and came out. He had the scuba gear. He went down and did the puja. So we have been many times to the temple, but never gone down. Now the submarine is there, so we should darshan karke aate, see how it used to be like. And beautiful, you see the videos, beautiful architecture. But it's 5,500 years ago. A lot of moss, this, that, and sand has come, but still you can see the whole city there. Anyway, so his name is Vyasa, to expand. So whatever he heard at that moment, the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, he took it and he put it for our benefit in this manner. This could be one way of looking at it. Because answer can be only in one word. If you just say Om, story over. If a great master like Krishna, you haven't come across, I don't know if you have come across masters, our Dargah Swami, you have met Dargah Swami? I told you one story. He just looked into my eyes. when we had gone, 98, we had gone to visit him. Just looked, he's sitting on the steps just like you are. I'm sitting on the floor, and he gave us a cup of tea and we are having question answers, and suddenly he was going from looking. When he came to me, I didn't blink. Pange? Yeah, I'm a born troublemaker, what to do? So I didn't blink. He said, you don't blink. I will also not blink. He is also looking at me. I am also looking at him. No blinking. I had to find within me the space where I do not succumb to blinking and keep looking at his pupil. And he is doing the same. And the Kundalini rose. There and then within 5-7 minutes. See. So, just like Vyasa ji, remember the charioteer of the blind king? He gave him the third eye. He opened his third eye that, hey, young boy, you can see all the events that are happening on the battlefield. And you can narrate, if the blind king wants to know, you can narrate the story to him. Didn't he? He just presented him, he opened his third eye, the eye of wisdom, through which he could see far off events. He's not standing there with a binocular. He doesn't have a spaceship in the space looking down and sending you pictures. These are abilities. Even today people have abilities like that. So like that, Vyasa ji also has so he heard what was told and he put it in the format that we see it today. And where is it? It's in the middle of the Mahabharata epic. Bhishma Parva. In the middle of Mahabharata. It's the heart of Mahabharata. See? So here it says, Sage Vyasa made it easy for others to grasp the meaning of the private conversation which took place between Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Sri Krishna also must have just looked at Arjuna and his eye of wisdom would have opened, because Krishna is the Purna Purushottama, isn't it? Purna Purushottama is complete. There is nothing impossible for Sri Krishna. Nothing impossible. In past, present, future. None of the powers are he has to develop. He is complete with all the powers. He is the Lord himself appearing on earth as incarnation Krishna. So, how much time will it take him to fix this Arjuna? One look, enough. But that one look, that one word, that one touch, Vyasa ji has taken and expanded it, because he knows stupid people are coming in future like us. We need more words. we need more. We think we are intellectuals, stupid intellectuals who are only addicted to words. If you are really smart intellectually, then you will go from many to one quickly. You will go from many words to one word, one syllable. From one syllable you will transcend if you are truly smart. But because we have read something, well, anyway, he came to know that we are coming, so he put it in a palatable way that we could grasp it. See, very simple. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it's a book of 574 verses on yoga. So it's sutras, it's equations. And what is the first equation? Atha yoga anushasanam. What is the second equation? Chitta vritti nirodha iti yogaha. Dissolving all the thoughts in your mind is equal to yoga. Second statement. Third statement, when that has happened, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. When all the thoughts, eruptions have been quietened, Then what do? Then tada drashtuhu. Look at your own essential self. Look at your own nature. Because empty mind doesn't mean there is nothing. No, you are there, man. Now, it's a sutra. E is equal to mc square. That's a sutra. Pythagoras theorem is a sutra. Newton's 3 laws are the sutras. Archimedes' principle is a sutra. These are sutras. They're like a they're condensed form, and when you keep thinking easy to go, you can keep giving lectures on it, I don't know, for ages. Isn't it? Professor does that. He takes one aspect of that E and he will keep talking one semester. Then he'll take M, he'll keep talking about it for one semester. C, then another semester. Then the square on top, another semester. Then you'll say, I'll take exam, you have to connect it now. See, that's how these verses are. That's how all the verses of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. That's how the sources, just simple one, Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagno Brahmanautam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. All these are, it's a package deal. You have to unfold it. Only who's trained to unfold it will be able to unfold it. You try to do it as a husband, as a wife, as a citizen, as a lover of your country, or as a heartbroken fellow, you will not understand Bhagavad Gita. You will see it through your lenses of whatever hat you are wearing. See? So either you come to know yourself and you read, you will not make a mistake in understanding correctly. If you are not come to know the self, you are a seeker, then come to someone who has studied it. Our lineage is going to, we say, no, Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. So where are we learning from? Where has the knowledge come to me from? From my teacher. Where he got it from? From his teacher. Where did he get it from? His teacher. And we can go back to the 8th century. We have a list of all the teachers. Till 8th century, when Shankaracharya was born. He wrote the commentary on this. This particular one, Dnyaneshwari Maharaj was 762 years ago. He's still alive. He's not dead. Go to Alandi. I told you last week. That is the parampara. That is the lineage. See? So when you take it, when you listen to it from an authority, if I want to understand chemistry, I'll go to a physics teacher or what? I'll go to a chemistry teacher. Isn't it? If I am having issues with my wife and I want a divorce, I feel I cannot live with her, whom will I go to? I'm asking. None of you have gone through that, I know, but whom will I go to? A counselor who's herself divorced? Or I'll go to someone who's living a wonderful married life and say, man, I don't know where I'm going wrong, please help me. Isn't it? But what do we do? Where do we go? To a counselor. And who is the counselor? All of them have already broken up. So go to someone who knows how to live a happily married life. There's nothing like that, but you can, from my point of view, okay? So, you keep your comments to yourself. So, for whatever subject, there is Why didn't we say that I'm going to study physics myself? I don't need to go to the school. I'm going to study geography myself. I don't need to go to school. Why only this type of thought comes when it comes to scriptures? I will study scriptures myself. I'll not go to a teacher. I don't want his interpretation. You didn't say that when you went to school. You see? So, here is, hope you have understood what we are trying to communicate. And if a fond mother sits down to feed its child, it serves him food in small morsels, or a clever fellow makes a fan in order to utilize the wind. In the same way, through the medium of the Anushtup meter, Anushtup means this tune which is there, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. This is the first verse. So this tune, the meter, it is called Anushtup meter. So he's saying that so just like the mother feeds a child, put the food on the spoon, ta-na-na-na-na-na, see the plane is coming and it's landing on the runway, open the mouth, the tongue is the runway, attack, the food goes in, isn't it? Or the breeze is there, but I can't feel anything. You take a paper or a fan and you can generate the wind. So some support you have taken. He has taken the support of Anushtup meter to put across the verse. It has been made easy for the women, the Shudras, etc. To grasp the knowledge of the self, which it is difficult to express in words. So why, who are Shudras? So in our Hindu culture or Sanatan culture, the eternal culture, there are 4 categories: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Any place you put a group of people, if I take you all also and give you a project, automatically there will be a thinking person, ideas person, there will be a resource person, there will be a manager, and others will say, we will just follow whatever you tell. So, who is the thinking person? Ideas person? Brahmin. Who is the manager? Kshatriya. Who is the resource person? Vaishya. And who are these people who say, whatever you tell us, we will do? That is the Shudra. Who don't want to think, they want to be told what to do in life. And I told you this before, every child is born a Shudra. He needs to be told, hey, don't do shushu here, go to the bathroom. Hey, don't put the food into your nose, put it into the mouth. You have to be told, yeah, everything. Don't wear the t-shirt, backwards. Put it, this is the front, that is the back. Okay. Everything has to be told. And every child is dependent. So these people who want to be told are dependent on others. So therefore they serve all the other 3. But capacity is there in everyone to develop. So based upon your knowledge and your actions, so if you are you're getting knowledge, you're listening to Bhagavad Gita, I can't understand. Oh, don't understand, chant. If you don't have the acumen to understand, chant. If you don't have the acumen you don't know the language, you listen. Transformation will happen. We already just saw that, no? That whether you chant or listen or hear it or understand it, transformation will take place, liberation will happen. So what is that growth which is taking place? The uneducated one, the dependent one, the one who needs continuous guidance and to be told what to do, what not to do, he raises himself. Because how can truth be only for the educated ones and not the uneducated? Truth is everywhere, isn't it? Truth is everywhere. So if we are human beings and within our human beings there are aboriginals, there are culturally very developed societies, some societies are less developed, some are more developed, some are overdeveloped, but everyone should, truth is equally available to everyone, isn't it? It is not denied to anyone. See? And now you have to understand the context. When Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, the young boy who is giving the commentary on Bhagavad Gita, at his time, his parents had to commit suicide because he was a sannyasi like me. He had got married and he didn't want to get married, but he got married. His parents got him married, or mother got him married or something. And immediately he left for Varanasi. He said, I am not interested in living a married life. He went to Varanasi. There he was living under the tutelage of a master. And that master one day decided, his sankalpa, that I'll go down to the south of India, bring the waters from Rameshwaram and Krishna Nadi and give Abhishek, meaning I'll bathe the Kashi Vishwanath, the Lord, the statue there with that water. So while he was going down, 1,000, 2,000 kilometers, while he was going down, by chance, as fate would have it, that he passed through that village. And when he passed through that village, this wife of that sannyasi now, she went and touched, oh, Mahatma is there. And he said, may you be happily married, may you have children. She says, please take these words back. I don't know where my husband is. He says, from my mouth, he's a great master. He says, if these words have come out of my mouth, they have not just, nothing comes out of my mouth by chance. Everything it has to be true. If I said that Saubhagyati Bhava means may you be happily married, then if it is not happening right now, it will happen. And if I have blessed you, Putravati Bhava, if I have blessed you with children, then you will have children. But she says, but where is the husband? I don't know. He closes his eyes. And what does he find? That her husband is the manager in his ashram. He's a sannyasi. He does not go down south. Goes back to Varanasi. He says, go back. And he comes back. And he has these 4 children. Nivrittinath, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, Sopan Dev and Muktabai. And the entire society, because educated people, no, Pandits, well versed in the scripture. He was also Brahmin, the father. But you became a sannyasi and now you are giving up sannyas and coming back into family life. This is blasphemy. You will be punished. He says, please don't do that. They throw him out of the village. They throw him out of the, no food, nothing. He's just pleading, my children are growing up, give them the Janeu, let them study scriptures because they are Brahmins. They said, no, tell me, I'm ready to repent. They said, you give up your life, then we will give them do the thread ceremony. And the father and mother one night go and drown themselves in the river. These 4 kids, they go to the Pandits. They says, what just because your name is Dnyaneshwar Maharaj doesn't mean that you are qualified to study the scriptures. At that time, somehow this story is coming again. At that time, one buffalo was passing by. His name was also Jnanoba. So his name is, the young boy's name is also Dnyaneshwar, means the Lord of knowledge. And that buffalo's name is also Jnanoba, means knowledge incarnate. He said, just because this buffalo's name is Jnanoba, can he chant the scriptures? These Pandits, self-proclaimed guardians of religion, they are challenging this 10, 11, 12-year-old boy. He's steeped in his self. He says, yes, he can also chant. They all start laughing, taking him for a ride. He goes there, he goes to his ear, says Om, chant. And the buffalo started chanting Om Sahasrashirsha Purusha. All the Pandits, hundreds of them, they all fall at the feet of Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, who is only 12 years old. He says, you are great, you are great. And then now Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, the first thing, his elder brother who was his guru, he told him, now teach Bhagavad Gita in such a manner that it caters to all the people. The educated ones also and the uneducated ones also. Everyone must be able to understand. And that's why this part is coming now. This is the foundation of that. That he spoke in such a way that those who are stri means those who are very emotional or at the mercy of sattva, rajas, tamas. Such people who are continuously distracted, they can also benefit from it. Those who are uneducated, dependent, they can also benefit from it just by listening.
Alert from Google, password required.
I am already, so many passwords are given. So, in the same way, through the medium of the Anushtup meter, it has been made easy for the women, Shudras, etc. to grasp the knowledge of the self. What happens if it was written in prose, you cannot remember. But when it is in a Anushtup, it's in a meter. Dharma, Kshetre, Kuruk. So you can remember it. That tune goes on in your head. Some of the verses are wonderful to hear. And which it is difficult to express in words. What you feel for your child, or when that grandchild comes and mama and she hugs, you cannot put it in words, that feeling. You can tell many, many things, but that feeling is more than all those words put together. See? Exactly the same way. You go into samadhi, you come out of samadhi, you can use so many words about what happened to you, but you cannot exactly pinpoint what happened. See? Because it's an experience which is beyond mind. It is an experience beyond mind. Liberation is not at the mind level. It is beyond mind. So how can you talk about it? So when you are studying, listening, hearing Bhagavad Gita, it transports you there. It helps you dissolve the mind. It reveals your essential nature here and now, if we are available to it. If the pearls had not been formed by the raindrops falling into the shell under the 15 lunar asterism Swati, how could the beautiful maidens bedeck themselves with them? This is some mythological thing that just like a pearl is formed how? When a drop of water falls into the seep and then it closes, and that drop of water then becomes a pearl. And that's in other words, I don't know what the story behind it is, but here it is saying, for the raindrops falling into the shells under the 15th luna, at a particular time only that happens, and all those things, and bedeck themselves with them. How could we have known the musical notes if they did not come out of the musical instruments? We would not have come to know. How would we have come to know the truth if we did not have the scriptures? How would we seek if we didn't have a mind? Isn't it? In that sense, he's putting these questions to us, that how, where are we? How could we have known the musical notes if they did not come out of the musical instruments? If there were no flowers, how could anyone have smelled their fragrance? If there was no sandalwood tree, how would you know there is sandalwood fragrance? Simple, isn't it? in this manner, 1700. स्वातीचे निपाणिये न होती जरी मोतिये तरी अंगी सुंदराचिये का शोभिती तिये नादू वाद्या न येता तरी का गोचरू होता फुले न होता घेपता आमोदू केवी घोडी न होती पक्वाने तरी का फावती रसने दर्पणा वीण नयने नयनू का दिसे द्रष्टा श्री गुरुमूर्ती न रिगता दृश्यपंथी तरी का ह्या उपास्ती आकळता तो तैसे वस्तू जे असंख्यात तया संख्या शते सात न होती तरी कोण येथ फावो शकते. He says, we saw all that, Swati and all that, and the fragrance. If the dainties were not so sweet, how could the tongue know their flavor? Were there no mirror, how could the eyes see their own form? How could the disciple worship the preceptor if he did not appear in a manifest form? Truth is everywhere. Truth is everybody. I can't see that. I have to remain ignorant all my life, is it? Isn't it? Is it that way? No. Yes, truth is infinite, truth is formless, but the moment you yearn to know the truth, that truth takes a form of a teacher and comes into your life. See? Sometimes you yearn what? Not for truth. Oh, I must find a good plumber somewhere. And you are really desperate, but you know you will get the answer somewhere. And if you don't panic or you don't get lost in that negative thoughts, the whole world is like this and that, I don't know how we'll get or not. Plumber I want. This is smarter way of living, I'm telling you. And someone comes, someone tells, Swamiji, do you need a plumber? I'm telling you because just yesterday I had this experience. They are telling me, I didn't call anyone. They are telling me, do you need a plumber? I said, yeah, I can do with one. No, he's good, Swamiji. Okay. At the right time it happens. Similarly, exactly similarly. When there is a need to know the truth, the yearning is to know the truth, the right teacher will come. You want to know about business, the right teacher will come, or the course will come, or the urge to study in university of that particular topic. But by going to university, you cannot become successful. You need to unclutter your mind to be successful. And success is not just money. So teacher teaches you how to undo your mind. By undoing, chitta vritti nirodha is undoing the mind. Tada drashtuhu swarupa avasthanam is the positive approach to what is. After you have undone the mind. Undone the mind means undone the thoughts. Who will tell you this? Ramakrishna Paramahansa was there. This is a famous story. A great saint. And he was a devotee of the Mother Kali. From young, he was a devotee of the Kali. He was a priest of a Kali temple. The Queen of Calcutta, she had put him as the priest. And while doing puja, he used to go into samadhi, and the prayers will be left halfway. People started complaining, what type of pujari you have? He doesn't even complete the the whole scheme of things that have to be done. She said, look at him, he's lost in Kali. You are still thinking of completing the puja. He used to go into samadhi. And one day he experimented many things. One day he experimented what will be the love of Radha towards Krishna. So he used to go into Radha Bhav. Then he wanted to feel the devotion of Hanuman to Sri Ram. He started growing a tail. Automatically the spine started growing. And when 6 months passed and it had grown about that long, then all the devotees said, Swamiji, stop, and they stopped. And then it took another 7-8 months for that tail to recede. So these things, if you focus somewhere, it becomes like that. Your body also becomes like that. One day, when he had experimented with everything, he wanted to know what is Vedantic Samadhi, what is Nirgun Nirakar, what is formless, attributeless reality. Because he has always prayed to the reality in the form of the goddess. And when he thought this way, 1 or 2 days, third day, the teacher appeared. We are talking about how the teacher appears. And the teacher appeared and he said, I heard the voice that I have to go to Calcutta, I have to come here. You called me? He says, yes, I want to experience the Vedantic Samadhi. This other great saint was Totapuri Maharaj. You go to Puri, you can, his Samadhi is there on a hillock. This time, last year we went. So he says, what do I have to do? You empty your mind. She says, I can't empty my mind. Always my mother Kali is there. He says, Kali is there? You cut her head off. He says, cut her head off? He says, where? And he closed his eyes, looked. The moment he closes his eyes, the goddess appears in front of him. He says, how do I cut her head off? Your question will also be similar. How do I cut the head of the Kali? Blasphemy, sin. But do you want to experience formless, attributeless reality or not? He says, yes, I want to. Then you have to have the courage. Your mother is not going to curse you, don't worry. Okay, sits. Now cut the head. Where do I bring the sword from? The teacher saying, he is asking the teacher on the seat of meditation, where do I bring the sword from to cut the head? He says, same place from where you brought Kali. You got the answer. What?
The mind.
The mind only projected the Kali, the mind only will project the sword also. And then he guided, now pick up the sword. And slowly, one, chak. 3 days he was in Samadhi after that. He didn't come out. Why did we give you this example? This is only 80, 90 years ago. No, not 80, 90, 100 years ago. So why did we give you this example? The teacher appears if you are sincere. Teacher appears. That's another story, that after he realized, Ramakrishna Paramahansa realized, then he became the teacher of Totapuri Maharaj. Because Totapuri Maharaj used to go into Samadhi. Samadhi. Now Ramakrishna Paramahansa, after this realization, he saw inside, outside, everywhere is the same reality. He says, how can you? He says, why don't you do your practice? He says, I don't need to close my eyes to be there. I am already there. How can it be? Ramakrishna doesn't answer. Totapuri Maharaj hangs around for 6 weeks. Then when he has given up the idea of being the teacher to Ramakrishna Paramahansa, then the knowledge was given to him by Ramakrishna Paramahansa. This is called Sahaja Samadhi, which is higher than Nirvikalpa Samadhi. 3 days was Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Anyway, so how could the disciple worship the preceptor if he did not appear in a manifest form? Teacher has to. It can be a form of a person, it can be a word, It can be a sound. Teachers can appear in your dream. God can be a teacher in your dream. In the same way, if this infinite Brahman had not been encompassed within 700 verses, who could have comprehended it? The truth is captured. You cannot capture it, but it has been revealed in these 700 verses. If it was not done so, how would we have come to know it? See, similarly, Maharishi Vyasa, this Vyasa, the one who expands, when he wrote the Puranas, Naradji, the divine messenger, he came, he was feeling, what is missing in my life? I have written Mahabharata, I have helped collate the Vedas. Now what is missing? Why am I feeling incomplete? I know the truth. He knows the truth, but I am feeling incomplete. I know the truth, then why am I feeling incomplete? What is left for me to do, which I have not done? Sometimes it happens, no? You know, you got everything, but still there is uneasiness. Narad Muni came. You need to write the Puranas. No, that time he had written the Puranas. That time Bhagavad Mahapuran. So he came and he said, he gave him the Chatushloki Bhagavad. 4 verses of Vedanta, of knowledge, of what the truth is. He says, your name is Vyasa, now expand it. And he wrote the Bhagavad Mahapuran. And again, 4 verses, he made it into 18,000 verses. That's expansion. If someone asks you, who are you? What will be the straight answer? I am me. But what will you say? Expansion. I was born to my parents, I was born on this particular day, it was so much lightning and storm and thunderbolt. And how do you know? No, I was told. And then I was learning, and then you will tell the whole story. But did you need that story? I am me, that's it, I am that. Or silence is the best answer. Don't even need to say anything. See, similarly, the truth doesn't need words for its expression. Truth doesn't need words for its expression. Then why are we reading words? Why are we reading the verses? Because we have not realized that we are the truth. Because we think we are an individual. We think we have to do something. We think we have to do some practices. We have to think in a particular manner. And the moment this disposition comes, the scriptures, that which cannot be expressed through words, because words cannot reach it. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Truth is that where the words cannot reach, the mind cannot comprehend. Yet that truth is captured in the words in the form of Bhagavad Gita. An impossibility made possible. Dekho maja hai. See? In the same way, if this infinite Brahman had not been encompassed within 700 verses, who could have comprehended it? Because it has been made palatable for you. It has made so easy to understand with examples, etc., etc. The cloud draining up water from the sea sends showers of rain, and so the whole world looks to them with hope. For who could look at the sea which is unlimited and which does not increase or diminish? So by looking at sea, will you get fresh water to drink? Unless and until that infinite salty water does not get evaporated and then precipitates as rain, till then you don't get fresh water, which can quench your thirst. Does the infinite salt water quench your thirst? Not possible. So what quenches your thirst? Will the reality quench your thirst, which cannot be known by you? Think. So, if we are wanting to quench our thirst, then that reality, which is formless, attributeless, infinite, it appears as, reveals itself as the rain called Bhagavad Gita, freshwater rain. And now drink from this pond, from this river of Gita. In this way, had not sage Vyasa written these beautiful verses, who could have heard or read this theme which transcends speech? So, even though we read it, we hear it, we understand it, but its purpose is to take us beyond the speech, beyond the thoughts, beyond the experience. It takes you to, it transcends you. It brings you back to yourself. And that self is beyond action, it's beyond speech, it's beyond mind. We'll conclude here. This is enough for today. Yeah. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.